All right, so we are going to be talking about idolatry, and we're going to be thinking about what it looked like in like the Old Testament when you read about people in the Bible, and then we're going to kind of talk about what it might look like today.
Yes.
So starting with Joshua.
I look at this story of Joshua. In the days of Joshua, a lot of us focus on the wall of Jericho, but one of the things that Joshua actually was very passionate about, that the Lord has put in him to speak to the Israelites about, is to put away their foreign god, such as carving images. But over the past few years, about 2 or a year and a half ago, I actually get the knowledge and the understanding and revelation from the Lord that it's not only like how the Lord spoke of it and gave Joshua the knowledge to share the story of carving images, but idols can be many things in your life. It can be your children. It can be material things that you put before the Lord. It can be a job that you put before the Lord, meaning like you're more focused on the job, but you're not in the word of God. You're not seeking God. You're not building relationship with him, and your job become your first in your life, not God. So it become an idol. It could be a piece of furniture in your house that your children not allowed to sit in, such as a sofa. It become your idol.
Yeah, I used to think that idols were, like, growing up, I thought that they were like false gods that people like literally bow down to and worship. Like you hear about people who worship cows and like horses and things like that. But yeah, like over time I realized and learned that it can be anything in your life that you're putting before God. So thinking about like us as we go through our day to day and thinking about what it might look like if you're idolizing something, like you said about like spending too much time focused on your job and putting your job before God, but it's also like yourself, like idolizing yourself and your own feelings and your own opinions on things, and not going to God for those things. So kind of leaning on your own opinions more than you lean on God's wisdom, or even leaning on your parents more than you're leaning on God and praying about things, and depending on your parents more than you're depending on God. That can be a way that people are idolizing things in their lives as well. But sometimes we wonder why God's not giving us certain things that we're praying for. Like some people praying for marriage, or some people praying for a job, or praying for like whatever new opportunities they might want. But sometimes the reason why God isn't giving you the things that you want is because he knows that you might idolize those things. So kind of, I think it's important to ask God to let you be someone who, for example, won't idolize wealth. Like if you're praying that one day you'll be rich, pray that he'll mold you into someone that can handle that without putting it before him. Because if he knows you're going to idolize it, he's not going to give it to you.
And so I agree with what you were saying, because even idolizing yourself, the Lord has given me those words actually that I spoke about, like just seeking out things for yourself. You're not focusing on the Father. And I am not talking about like material things such as clothing. It could be appearance. You are not happy with the way that you look. You pick at the way you look, like certain part of your image, certain part of your body, the way it looks. This is something that I recognize in people, like even taking pictures. Like some people don't want to turn a certain part of their faces, because they say that's not their good side. It's idolatry in yourself. It's putting yourself before the Lord, and you make yourself become idol by criticizing the way that God created you. And idolatry within the self to allow people to go and do like plastic surgeries to look certain way different from how God created them to look, because they idolize themselves, they put themselves before God.
Some of these mental illnesses that people have, like you think about like eating disorders and like some other types that I can't think of right now, but some mental illnesses, it's the enemy that's rooted in idolatry. Because if you have an eating disorder and you're so focused on like your calories and your exercise and your this and your that, you're putting those things before God. So I think when people are like seeking deliverance for those mental illnesses, one thing that they might want to think about in their prayer is praying against idolatry and like giving that to God, because sometimes that can be the root cause of a lot of our issues as well. But overall, we just think it's important for people to kind of reflect on areas of their lives to make sure that you're not idolizing anything and putting anything before God. A lot of the times He'll take those things away too.
Yes. And deliverance in mental issue too is also people that have demons. Some of them has demons within them. The word of God spoke about it. Do you remember the man in Matthew where he have many demons and he actually seek out the Lord for help? His appearance was not appearance that was godly. And when we look at some people that have mental health, they look unclean, because the uncleanness that is within them, that mankind named it mental illness, because we have to face the truth. God doesn't change. God been giving man authority to name things, and it's still happening today upon the earth as he did with Adam. So man call it mental illness, but truly some people that have mental illness is demons that they're fighting within themselves. They've been tormented either to love themselves, either to get over something that happened in their life before, and it affect them because the demons that within them won't let them let go of it, and it torment them until they become healed of those issues in them.
But kind of just reflect and think about if there's any areas of your life that you're idolizing or putting before God. Because that would be a source of idolatry. It's not only bowing down to cows and carven images. It's anything that you put before God. Is something that you're idolizing in your life.
I agree.